Joining us now is the professor of economics at University of Michigan, Justin Wolfers. Justin, 3/4 of Americans say they are stressed about their finances and that their incomes are not keeping up with inflation. Is this a short-term or longer-term issue? Do you see a reprieve coming?
First, I just want to thank Gillian and all those wonderful people out at Meals on Wheels. It's good to see hope. It's good to see good people being good people, and it's good to know there's a way forward. The pressures that people are feeling are absolutely real. Over the past year, prices have risen by 3.8%. Wages have risen by 3.6%. That gap, it's small right now, but that gap tells you that the amount of stuff that people can afford to buy with their wages has gone down. We call that real wages. I think the current moment, it's unusual, I think, in two really important respects that maybe makes people feel the sting a little more. The first is that these crises, last year the trade war, this year the Iran war, both of which have pushed up the cost of living as well as deporting a big part of the labour force, they're caused right here at home. They come directly out of the White House, and I feel a certain fury about that. And then there's this disjunction between the world we were promised, I'm going to bring down prices on day one, and the world that was delivered, which was the exact opposite, which again sort of gets that fury sort of going a little bit more.
Yeah, no kidding. And I'm going to throw out a few more numbers just to put where we're at in perspective. Congressman Ro Khanna highlighted in a new op-ed that under Trump, gas is up 28.4%, airfares are up 20.7%, energy costs are up 17.9%, and beef and veal, so some food costs, are up 14.8%. Where do you see all these sectors going next? And is all of this really tied back to the Iran war?
Yeah. So normally I'd come on and I'd say, look, Anna, the president doesn't control everything. There's a lot going on in the world, except all of this is coming out of the decision to bomb Iran, which upsets world oil markets, which then causes higher fuel prices in the US, and then it's going to ripple through the rest of the sectors. So all of that does come from right here at home, and it's going to continue. Let me say that in two respects. One, you see fuel prices rise, that's the rock hitting the pond, and then the ripples are that jet fuel prices rise and air fuel prices rise, and then the price of trucking your groceries to the grocery store rises, and on it goes. So that's the full set of ripples that are going to come out of this. And the second is the president keeps promising us that any day now gas prices are going to fall, and he's lying in two respects. One, he's not over there talking to the Iranians. As far as I can tell, he fell asleep in front of the TV. This is a crisis for American families, and he's spending more time talking about ballrooms than he is about Iran. And then the second thing is we can actually look at oil futures prices to see what markets expect. I looked just a moment ago, and oil futures for November 2026, by the way, that's election day, are higher than they've ever been. So markets are telling us they anticipate high energy prices sticking around for months to come and maybe years.
And I want to ask you, while we have you, about this new information we're getting about some of President Trump's personal investments. He's reporting hundreds of millions of dollars of financial transactions this year, including big purchases and sales of tech giant stock in particular. The White House says there's really no conflict of interest. His children are managing the assets in a trust. Does this raise red flags for you?
Mate, they're everywhere. They're all around us. It's a sea of red flags. Look, the journalists who wrote about that, say the journalists at the Wall Street Journal, they hold fewer stocks. They do less trading, and they're a lot further away from all of this than President Trump. Trump claims his kids are taking care of business. His kids just went to China with him. Young Barron Trump is 19 years old and worth $150 million. Either we have the one freakishly brilliant 19-year-old in the whole world who just happens to be the president's son, or this bloke's doing a whole lot of trading on the family name, the position that we, the taxpayers and the voters, gave him. This isn't normal. It's not how it's meant to operate.
That's why we're shining light. Justin Wolfers, thanks for helping us do that and bringing us your expertise. We appreciate it.